Hello everybody, it's your old friends of Money Madness and welcome back to Click the Thing!
Click the thing!
We're doing the clicks again! So, I'm in the room here with Burkbots.
Hello!
In a very strange occasion where I have already played some of this game and Burkbot is here to give her live reactions. You don't have to, exactly. Well,
this is one you prepared earlier.
This is one, exactly, yeah. It's a Blue Peter job, which is probably the meanest thing I've ever had to say about Blue Peter, to have him associated with this game. But nevertheless, this is our next game on the series. This is what you twisted on twice, and we're back, very much true to form for your history on this channel. We are going for a bad game.
Yeah.
A bad game, I can tell you, that has been on my shortlist since the start of the channel. This is actually one of the originals candidates, one back in the day. So
there's a reason even you've been putting this off.
Oh, absolutely, yes. Now, it's a combination of technical difficulties because this game is in that weird nether region where nothing fucking works on modern PCs now. And just the sheer amount of jank actually makes it physically difficult to talk about it. But we'll get there in the end. We're going to press play on this and let's get the show on the road. It's time for Mystery of the Druids.
Woo!
Woohoo! Yes, indeed, it's not there. That's terrible timing now, isn't it? There we go. There we go. Hey, on lads. Yeah, the game is so bad it didn't even want to play for us. Yeah. That's a terrible sign. But it does actually have Dolby.
Let it die.
It has Dolby surround sound.
Oh.
Which is apparently the only thing going for this game.
House of Tales.
Okay. House of Tales, yes. That's they are the makers of the game.
Yeah. I am aware of the name and not in a good way. Yeah,
it's strange. So the House of Tales is they're not a well-known game producer, it has to be said. In fact, when you Google House of Tales, what you find is a set of escape rooms in Berlin.
Yeah.
So even that's in of itself makes you feel like, oh, it's kind of like an Eyes Wide Shut kind of thing going on. But yeah, this was their first game ever. They are now bust. They folded 10 years after this game came out. But this is their first ever one. Then they had a couple of other games. I suppose the one that people will probably know it for the most is probably Overclocked, which is a history of violence.
Yeah.
And perhaps you might know it as well as they were the developers of one of the X-Files games.
I think that's what I know it from.
Maybe. There's also one called The Moment of Silence, which was a thriller game, but didn't sell well. In fairness, a lot of their games didn't sell well. I don't know if it comes across as to why. Because, yeah, graphics are challenging, as you can tell.
Yeah.
You know, this is like baby's first Unity project here. But this,
put it into context, how old is this game?
This game is in 2001.
Okay, so the 1995 graphics are...
yeah. They're a little bit behind the times, exactly. Now, look at the PC games were like weirdly kind of well. Let me give you an example of other games that were in 2001, and you can kind of take it from there, right? In the same year this game was released, you had Grand Theft Auto 3.
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid 2, the first Halo game, Super Smash Brothers, Silent Hill 2, Final Fantasy X.
Yeah.
So this is already looking dated. Before it pains me to say, especially when you look at other PC games around, and adventure games were on the way out anyway because they just weren't making the 3D transition. But then you just have this really baffling intro scene here where basically a lot of druids self-immolated.
Okay, and we've got 3 babies.
5 babies.
Oh, no, yeah. Why is it evenly spaced? I don't know. Why aren't there 2 and 3?
I agree. They should have made an even number of babies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If they're gonna do a sacrifice, do it right, guys.
Yeah. Fucking druids. And this is our main character.
What do you think the press are gonna say about all this?
Right.
Walking around like he's in fucking Captain Scarlet.
If I have any more trouble with you, you'll be dishing out parking.
The fact that every text is an aerial in these cutscenes annoys the fuck out of me. Like, this is supposed to be Scotland Yard. I'd like to think they'd have Times New Roman at least. Copper plate graphic. Like, come on, give me a proper fucking font. Not Arial, you fucking cheap bastards.
Don't just stand there gaping. Come here.
Comic Sans.
True. That is very true.
I'm glad you could make it. After all, you're a busy man, aren't you?
So clearly, there was a lot of technical challenges with this game, because whoever's doing the voice acting has to sync up with how slow the cutscene actually is.
Blockheads. But your smart, well-dressed colleague Lowry has just earned himself the golden badge of stupidity.
So this is our stereotypically angry police chief, who is in charge of Scotland Yard. Supposedly.
Halligan, we've got a bit of a problem. We've had an innocent man.
I'll be honest with you, the TV, like, we're watching this just behind the curtain here, folks. We're watching this on the big screen on the TV, and weirdly, it actually looks better than it does on the computer. It's actually the extra frames per second is actually making it look a slightly bit better than what you're probably seeing on screen, and it's kind of uncanny because this is a pre-rendered cutscene. The rest of the game doesn't look like this, Burkwell.
Oh god, right.
You will see what the rest of the game looks like momentarily. But this was commonplace in fairness. Like, you do get, like, basically an engine for the cutscenes and you have an engine for the rest of the game. So this is commonplace, but you don't know.
I remember Ripper.
You remember Ripper, exactly. Now that was, yeah, but that was all in-game engine. That was all FMV.
Okay.
It's not like this here.
Okay, Chief. What do you want me to do?
And
It's
boom.
Wow.
Your dear colleague Lowry.
So basically, the game will flip between the cutscenes done in this kind of like almost claymation style to how the game actually plays. You know.
Married man with kids. They gave him a life.
So the reason, also the kind of one of the reasons why this game has a few technical challenges is that because it's a game from this era, the screen resolutions are locked, so it's not allowing me to do it in a higher resolution.
Yeah.
That is clearly by design, because otherwise it would fall apart, just by the way the game is made. Which also means that when we're recording, if we were to do this properly, as it were, we'll have you playing it and whatever else is, basically the game bar obscures half the screen.
Yeah.
So that is an issue. So it seems like this kind of halfway house that we have here seems to be the best bet, really.
But how do you know that the man Lowry arrested didn't commit the murders?
Very simple. Dead people don't go around committing more murders.
So the background to this basically is that Scotland Yard have been investigating a series of murders where basically a pile of bones have been found somewhere, and they've referred to them as the skeleton murders.
Right.
So as we jump into the story, the only other detective in Scotland Yard, because apparently there's only fucking two of them. We have the main guy, our main character here, Halligan, and we have the other guy, Larry, who is the smug one. Therefore he dresses like a twat.
Yeah.
He was in charge of the murders initially. Then he fucked up because he arrested a butcher, a literal butcher, for the crime. And now another pile of bones has been found in the Epping Forest in London.
Good. This is the file with all the necessary information, and now you better get going quickly.
Now, if you're hoping to look at that file, bad luck, because you can't. That file there is actually only in the game manual.
Right.
So the game manual is the case file, and that's it. You don't see anything, so you can't actually look at this.
I don't hate that as an idea.
It's very much a tribute to the old Sierra games that used to do this, and like just the art of the game manual as well. Like in the grand age of 2023, where everything is like is handheld to you and through the game manuals aren't needed anymore. You know, which is a shame.
I do miss a good game manual. And I think this is the type of game I'm imagining.
Yeah.
Which a game manual would be quite useful in terms of like looking for clues, etc.
Well, this is me trying to figure out.
Is this a mystery solving thing, or is it like it's just a point and click sort of puzzle solving?
Well, it is a mystery. It's a mystery of the Druids. We're trying to see what the fuck is going on. So think of it like, okay, I'll put my cards on the table and say like this is intended to be a point and click adventure, but the game is trying to be like it's trying really, really hard to be Broken Sword.
Yeah.
And the problem is that because they've been aiming to do something like that, they've kind of lost sight of what the game should actually be.
Yeah.
Because it's half crime thriller and second historical conspiracy.
Yeah.
And after a while, the two stories just start diverging apart, you know. And also, as well, because they've done something like with Broken Sword, the characters are very poor attempts at those like archetypes.
Yeah.
So like you should have the competent protagonist, but this guy is a fucking calamity.
Okay.
I there's a part of me that kind of likes him in a sense because he is such a bumbling fool. Like they've clearly gone for like an awkward, I know, a socially awkward enough type of guy, but also is like weirdly capable in other places.
Right.
You know, it's quite curious.
Oh.
I choose to believe these are all the members of the design team. You all know who you are. You all know what you did, and I hope you feel bad about it. Great, now they've covered that then.
A Union Jack. Only the Scotland Yard bigwigs can
Anyway.
have one of them.
So that's basically the story. Like it is, like again, if I was to, it was to kind of give a comparison.
These files are
Think
secret.
that Broken Sword type of game, but replace the Templars with Celtic Druids.
Right.
I know my
That's
way
basically
around
it.
London.
Nothing else to it.
Anyway, it belongs to the chief. I'm
Okay,
not
so this
afraid.
guy knows his way around town. We'll see about that. So yeah, this is literally like point and click. It is, and the interface is actually simple enough. To be fair, there's nothing much more complicated to it. But there is one very critical flaw, which I will get to when I see an example of it. And it's also one of those things where like it's something that I think you wouldn't be aware of unless you are like designing a game for the first time. It's a very rookie mistake.
Okay.
So we have a lab guy. That's good. We can talk to him.
A photocopier.
We have one photocopier. Yeah.
That's wow.
Again, just Arial for the text annoys me so much. Just why?
Hello, Mr. Doyle.
There you
Oh.
go. Because apparently Scotland Yard has this.
Drinks for high prices here.
I had to worry about that sugar tax, you know.
Oh Jesus.
Can you tell this is his office?
Oh my God.
Yes. So this office kind of serves as the kind of character introduction, which is kind of cool because it's telling you like he's a slob, he's a mess. He's at this point as well. We'll hear that he's lost his wallet, so he has no money, no ID. Can't prove that he's a detective in any way, so people just have to take his word for it.
Already wearing a coat.
And yeah, he's trying to quit smoking, all that sort of stuff.
The Scotland Yard cupboard standard model detective. Veneered principal. Detective
Thank you.
Browning left
Yeah.
this here once. I'll take it with me. Maybe I'll give it back to Miss Browning
More
today.
cigarette.
Yes,
I'm determined to give up smoking. Leave that my greatest enemy.
that was me just clicking through the dialogue by accident. So, in case you're wondering. So again, another kind of weird thing. Like I suppose it's kind of like if you're trying to get to grips with the game itself, all four of those drawers are interactable when you're opening them.
Right.
So like this will happen sometimes where like you play a game and you think, okay, that's all one item, one object, but they're actually all four separate drawers.
My way around.
And then we also see what he's been
Didn't
reading.
like that book very much. I wanted to give it to Stryker, but he doesn't read. Ah, all about darts. Top title. There was a really good DIY description to build dartboards in it.
There you go.
My cooking book for single households.
Okay, so he's bred no mates for a start.
John Sinclair, Ghost Hunter. My favorite book. Non-smoker within 21 days. Corn syrup.
The fact that he needs like 4 books to try and quit smoking suggests to
Yeah.
me that he's pretty shit at
Know
it.
that there are intelligent life forms out there. In here, serious riddle.
So yes, that's his reading materials. You can see there he's into kind of like, I guess into the whole aliens and, as a word, the paranormal.
Oh dear God.
God
Yeah.
save the Queen.
The fact that it's a proper image of them as well. There's the dartboard.
Yeah.
Can you tell who that's meant to be?
Imagine that's Miller.
Chief Inspector Miller, as the main character, like very whimsically calls it. Yeah, there's actually nothing else to it. Like, what a lot of weird, like unnecessary effort
Won't find
for
anything I can
a
make
throwaway
use of
item.
now and there.
So let's try all these drawers now.
Oh.
Yeah.
Already taken one this morning. The best-selling headache pills worldwide. Suppose
There's-
that's mainly because of me.
So
Is
we've
that a
got-
sock?
Yeah,
How did that get in here?
but one of them.
Just one sock.
Yeah. And, like, presumably worn as well.
Yeah.
Like, how fucking smelly is that drawer? And there's the other one, look.
Is there anything worse than thirst? I'll take it with me.
There's a bottle of apple juice, in case you were wondering.
Yeah.
But, like, that's the scruffy. That's clearly a fucking police report or case file. And, like, his old socks are just over it. Like, that's just... That to me, already is, like, an ick for this character.
Leave them. I don't need those anymore.
He's got a full pack of fucking Pall Malls. Like.
Oh, yeah.
Indispensable for professional.
They're the holiday packs.
Yes, exactly. Duty free. He's just back from Santa Ponza, you know. So yeah, that's basically all to do in this area.
You can't click on any of those files.
Nope, all those files are relevant. They're all just window dressing. Like I said, the icon will change whenever you it's something you can view or something you can examine, as it were.
So we've got blankets,
Yeah.
apple cider, so we can dress up like a vagrant.
Yeah, when Halloween's coming around the corner, you know, so it's perfect. This is me just exploring Scotland Yard now for the crack.
Yay, lab stuff.
Labs.
My favourite, unlabeled test tubes.
With no unflavored, unlabeled coloured test tubes too. Look at all those random colours. Blue, yellow. I saw green there around the corner. Who knows what they could be?
A flask.
Again, what is he condensing? Like, is he fucking condensing copper sulfate? What the fuck is he doing?
Copper
Like,
sulfate.
yeah.
A ball. Just like at school.
Of course, like it is meant to be water. It's just that they've upped the colour too much to differentiate.
Chris is quite a strange guy. What does he like about these pictures?
So you can see that Halligan is not a science person at all. He sees a crystalline structure and he goes, I don't know what the fuck that is. I don't know, whatever. And he just randomly just picks that up.
Fingerprint powder.
Ah.
Yeah, we should have like just had that anyway, but there you go. He seems to be a man for mislaying some of his objects.
A bottle with some kind of liquid in it. The bottle is full of dust.
Ah,
and
sweet delicious alcohols. He's got all of them.
That's some water.
I mean, he seems to have a nice, nicely kept lab anyway. To his credit,
They should really be in the flammable press though.
should be, but you know, you're gonna find out very soon, Burkbot, that the people who made this game don't know science ever.
There's something boiling on the stove.
Yeah,
That literally just looks like it's a stove. It doesn't even look like a fuel
it's
burner.
not even a hot plate or anything like that.
Rub out the chalkboard.
Well, Halligan, you again? What is
Another,
it?
like, this one amuses me as well, because obviously the designers have heard of, like, aromatic rings, but, like,
News,
they
Chris.
fucked up the actual hexagon, so
Yeah.
it looks
I wasn't
flat.
actually able to
Like,
It'd be nice if I
it's like
could
they've
get
seen,
quite soon.
it's like they've seen the fucking,
News, Brent?
the symbol before, but don't know what it actually means.
Yeah.
Oh, I just